conditions that, or just first of all, because there's a way the body and the mind is, of course, connected, right? Can we address that so that people understand then the role of physiotherapy and mental health, how then that comes about? So can we just talk about mind and the body? How does that relate?
Okay, let's take a very simple thing. Okay, take my example.
All right.
For me to face the camera, of course, I'm anxious, I'm stressed.
Yes.
So my breathing has changed.
It's
It is so much shallow, and the respiratory rate is so high because it's not something that I do day to day.
True.
So even if you're going for some meeting or your big day, something, people get anxious, depressed. So breathing, what you say, deep breathing and breathing mechanisms play a very important role in you know, such kind of thing. So if you know how to control that, it can help to even soothe your mind down. Or if you say a depressed person for a very long time, you know, his body posture, like rounded shoulders or kyphotic, like, you know, bent, he won't be straight and looking into your eyes or something like that. Then over there we play posture correction things to help them get those muscles back. And once your image changes, even your mind starts to feel better. Yes.
That's true. Okay, you see, we hear these things and we just think, oh, well, you know, but then again, when you say that, I'm thinking, by the way, because an example of what you gave, if you are anxious, again, your breathing is interfered with, and then you're not even able to think clearly because all you think about is, I am so anxious, I am very nervous. And especially if you're going for an interview or public speaking or whatever, the things that you had planned to say, you will not say them because you're focusing on something else.
And then sometimes you just go off the track.
Yes. Or you talk too fast, or you talk too slow, or you... Now I get that connection, because if one part is affected, then of course might affect the entire body, if I can say, you know, and your soul as well, and then you leave there feeling depressed. So can you... Obviously we can't, because like, common monarchy, if I can say that, we can't tell, but an example of you gave, for instance, if someone is depressed, there's a way the body posture changes, and so can you clearly tell a person's well-being by just looking at their posture?
Well, to some extent, yes.
Okay.
Because you know, it's so distinct, the way the person will behave, the way the person will look at things, or, you know, it's just mere observation. And because of years of experience in this field, you can say that something doesn't look right, even the way he walks. So, yes, and you know, it's not something that he's developed in a day or two. It's an ongoing process, and that person needs help. Yes.
Is it sometimes we don't know, or we just think, yeah, they're just dealing with their own issues, they'll be fine, but most of the time before this person gets help, it's almost always too late? So the aspect that you can pick, that's interesting. So what are some of the things that you look at? I mean, you look at a person and you can tell, oh yeah, this person is okay and this person is not okay. What are some of the things, like the telltale signs that obviously you use, because as we can't, because I'm not a physiotherapist, I don't know, but what can you, what are some of the telltale signs?
You know, there are so many times we see patients who complain of pain, okay, and then when we evaluate them, okay, there is some problem that we know, but the way they have exaggerated it doesn't match to our evaluation. So there is something else, and then when we talk to them about it, or you know, just to find out the history, like social history, family history and everything, then they say, oh, you know, maybe I lost my father, or I lost my job, and then just to be okay, they would pretend that, you know, they are not fine, they have pain, but it doesn't go very well, because you know, there is a way we would expect a recovery to happen, or there is a way we would expect the pain to happen. So at least they are coming to us to gain help. And that is a very good thing. But you know, sometimes it's not that we work on, like not the physical treatment that we give. will help the patient is sometimes you just have to sit and listen to them and then play around with their psychology and then tell them, okay, you do this, you will feel better, or you do this, you will feel better. So it's not always a problem and a treatment. Sometimes we just have to listen to them, and half of the things are solved there.
By just, oh, that's interesting. Someone does actually think sometimes we think that we are in pain, but really we're not. It's just like the pain is in your head.
Yes.
How is that?
And then you become nagging. Everything around you irritates you. So if you are in a physical pain, you know, there might be some areas where you would feel relieved, but people with mental health and that chronic pain, they wouldn't have such patterns. So it's easy to, you know, come to the solution to the problem, that what is wrong and how we should go about it.